Who are you?
This is Christos from Septic Flesh.
I did not know until I interviewed your previous drummer how important the percussion was to Septic Flesh. It's absolutely incredible, especially when you were interviewing other drummers. What was the situation with the new drummer?
You know, with Cream, the band is in another level. He's a super professional. He's a great person, great personality. We are very lucky that Cream plays with Septic Flesh, and he did a great job for Codex Omega. He was always on time, giving his ideas. His interpretation is really unique, and as I said, we are really lucky that he is in our band, you know, and hopefully will be for many years more.
When the rest of the world began to join the black metal movement, Septic Flesh was one of the bands that had vocals that were very clearly death metal. Could you talk about that decision?
Well, we were death metal from the beginning, and we are still death metal. You know, we don't follow any threads. I think actually death metal it might have been more in fashion in a way. You know? But as I said, we keep going on since the beginning. We keep our style, our identity, and the vocals. You know? Especially the vocals for us are really unique, and my brother has a great voice.
Is it easier for someone in Greece to choose a life devoted to the humanities, music, art, than in other areas of the world?
Well, at the moment, no, due to crisis. But it's more difficult for the metal idiom, you know, because very few bands from Greece manage to do an international career, you know. And Greece is not in the center of metal, whereas Germany, France, UK, and we need, or Scandinavian scene, you know. We have to make a double effort, and you know, we managed to do it. It was very difficult, and we are really proud about our achievement.
Some of the lyrics in Septic Flesh are a tribute to Greek culture, Greek history. Is there a similarity between that and the Norwegians who refer to Norwegian culture and the Norwegian gods?
Yes, it must be. You know, since we are youngsters, we learn about the Greek mythology, Greek history. The same as I assume is for the Norwegians. Greeks have a rich history. Greece is the cradle of a civilization, of Western civilization. You know, we have so many subjects to get influence. You know, and Sotiris writes many lyrics about this. You know, it is in our veins. This, you know, we are Greeks, and it's something that we are again proud of it.
In black metal, as I mentioned before, in the style of black metal, there are lyrics about Lucifer or Satan, and in Greece, Hades was the god of the underworld, but he's not really evil. Could you talk about the concept of Satanism in your lyrics, or the darker lyrics? Was Hades really a dark god? Where does that idea come from?
Well, Hades was the god of the dead. And now Satan is... I don't think Septic Flesh get involved in this subject. You know, it's a brand for me that sells a lot. It's like Christianity, you know, and sometimes can get a bit cliché or a bit kitsch, you know. In general, Septic Flesh, they don't involved, as I said, in this very epidermic subjects. We want to make our listeners to concern in a good way, and they can make, they can decide how they will filter the messages. But Satanism is a bit, childish in a way. You understand? It's the same like Christianity. It's how it is. Some people, some bands also, they have a deeper meaning. But this brand, it has been so saturated. The Baphomet, it's been like Starbucks in a way.
Could you tell people why you chose to go to England to study music? Was it to compose music for Septic Flesh, or because there are bonus discs on the later albums of Septic Flesh that are purely orchestral? What was your reason for studying music properly?
Well, the reason is that I love music. I didn't do it for Septic Flesh for sure. Also, during that time, the band didn't exist. It was inactive. We made the first tours, imagine, in 2008. But of course, my studies helped the band a lot, because we use real orchestra, and I orchestrate all the orchestral elements of Septic Flesh. But I did it, as I said, that I love music. Music is my life. I compose music outside Septic Flesh. I have my other concert works. It's my love for music. It was the main reason.
Is there something of Christoph that is special to the way you compose music that only lovers of music or students of music can understand? What is it about your compositions that is purely your own style?
Well, I think this has to be answered from other people, I cannot say what is the original thing about me. I try, but from my point of view, I try always to filter my influences in a good way. I don't want to copy stuff. Of course I have influences, of course. I want to experiment, always to search for different paths, and to expand always my music vocabulary, When I compose, I'm very focused. I want always to have an identity, the music that I compose, and I hope this has an how to say, can be awarded in a way.
Can you tell people who are not aware of projects like Chaos Star?
Yes, Chaos Star is my other side besides Septic Flesh, the more experimental. The new album is coming on 23rd of March by Season of Mist, and again, it's a complex music, experimental, that some people could appreciate it.
Are you worried that the youth today seem not to have the same adventure or the same spirit as people from the old days in trying new ideas in music?
Yes, and this is general, I can see that in every aspect of life, everything has been saturated, and nowadays it's difficult to make something new. Also, this MP3 dynasty is not something that we must be proud, In plain words, we don't listen qualitative as a source of music. It's many things that don't make the life of the new musician easy. He has a difficult task. He has to not invent the wheel, but he has to do extreme things in a good way to make something that has a meaning.
You have been part of the metal scene since the early times. Is there anything that has changed that is positive for you?
Well, I can see only positive things regarding the hype of Septic Flesh. As I said before, you know, music and metal is in a bit in crisis because of all this MP3s, internet, and this kind of stuff. But there are also some stuff that work positive, you know, especially for bands that are many years. You know, I think we have a very promising future. We have more to give, and we keep going on.